Here are the top 7 erection killers, and I'll be giving you solutions to these erection killers. Number 1, stress. Stress kills sex. Psychological stress and physical stress. So anything that causes physical exhaustion, you're tired, you're burnt out, your physical energy is drained, excessive physical work or overtraining, over exercise, say doing aerobics for too long and too frequently, anything that puts physical strain and stress on the body affects your erection. And psychological stress, anything that affects your emotion negatively, especially for a sustained period. So we're talking about anxiety, depression, shame, fear, anger, low self-esteem, financial problems, world news, work stress, relationship problems, and some internal things like negative self-talk, performance, anxiety, insecurity. All of these affect your erection. How? Physical stress and psychological stress, especially when sustained, raise cortisol, the stress hormone. And this is the fight and flight hormone, and it turns your body into survival mode. And when the body is trying to survive, sex and erection is the last thing on its mind. And so it shuts down testosterone. And so one of the biggest killers of erection is stress. Try as much as possible to sleep better, rest more, relax more, resolve conflicts, avoid triggers, and fix the stressor, whatever is giving you that physical stress and psychological stress. Number 2, excessive sugar intake, especially added sugar. So we're talking about added sugar, soft drinks, fruit drinks, sport drinks, sugary drinks, sweetened foods, ice cream, candy, cookies, cakes, you get it. Refined carbs. All of these disrupt certain hormones, estrogen, leptin, insulin, and they cause oxidative stress and inflammation. What is the end result of all of these? Lower testosterone. These affect your erection. That is how excessive sugar intake, especially added sugar and some artificial sweeteners, can reduce your testosterone and kill your erection. So what do you do? Simple. Cut down drastically or cut off completely the amount of sugar and sweetened stuff you eat. Number 3 erection killer is poor sleep. Deep sleep is important for testosterone production, meaning that if you rarely have deep sleep, or you have sleep that is disrupted and interrupted, that is insufficient, when we talk about the length of time, your testosterone will be down and it will kill your erections. And so the quality of sleep and the quantity of sleep is important. The reason why we say 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep is it gives ample time for you to achieve the deep sleep that is needed for the production of testosterone. Because that's when things like luteinizing hormone and growth hormone are secreted, and cortisol, the stress hormone, declines. This will help with the production of testosterone. The less you sleep, the more your testosterone drops. So sleep more, sleep longer, sleep better. Do anything you can to have undisturbed, uninterrupted, longer sleep. Anything that will make you wake up refreshed. And a very good indication is morning erections and night erections. If you check the description below or somewhere above, I'll place a link to an extensive video that will help you to restore your morning and your night erections. Number 4 killer is dopamine overstimulation. And this comes these days, especially with excessive porn use and masturbation. There's what we call the dopamine pathway, the dopamine pleasure and reward pathways. If this is overstimulated, either from any addictive habit or say excessive porn use, it can affect signaling process of all the hormones from the brain, the pituitary, the hypothalamus down to the gonads and sex organs. All of these are important for testosterone production. So if you overstimulate these pathways and those receptors, and there's oversensitization and what we call habituation, it makes it difficult for you to be stimulated by every other thing, to have sexual arousal, because the threshold has been raised, the bar has been raised so high, and so you don't desire a physical partner any longer because they don't stimulate you that much, or you don't respond to the touch of a physical partner, you don't get an erection any longer. Why? Because you have been programmed from this dopamine overstimulation in such a way that you are not easily stimulated by regular things. And so how do you handle this? You quit. But it's not that easy to quit addictions. I have a dedicated video where I give you use 6 methods for you to quit porn addiction and excessive masturbation, and for that matter, any other addictions. I'll place it in the description below or in the cards above. The 5th killer of erections is substance abuse. And there are several substances here, but I want to mention 2. Number 1, cigarette smoking. The problem with cigarette smoking is it doesn't only affect the one holding the cigarettes, but almost equally affects anyone that is around the person smoking. And so the effects on both the person holding the cigarette stick and the person inhaling the smoke from the stick or exhale smoke from the smoker, the effects are similar. Cigarette damages blood vessels, and we know that having good blood vessels is important for having good blood flow and erections. It directly lowers testosterone, and it also damages nerves, and so it affects sensations. That's how direct smoking or secondhand smoking kills your erection. Also, alcohol decreases sensation and sensitivity and arousal because it depresses the central nervous system. Also, long term, it damages blood vessels and nerves, affecting flow, affecting sensation. Alcohol also dehydrates you, reducing the blood volume and the amount of water in your body. And we know that good blood volume is important for good erection. Alcohol also affects hormones like estrogen, and we know how this will in turn reduce your testosterone. So, stop smoking completely. For alcohol, reduce drastically or stop completely. There are other hard drugs that could affect your erection, and apart from that, things like cannabis, marijuana, for some men and for some types, actually kill your erections. So stop completely. Next is poor nutrition. A lot of men are malnourished. Forget about the size of their bodies. A lot of men are deficient in essential minerals and vitamins and some of the macronutrients that are needed for production of testosterone for having good erection. And so poor nutrition kills erection. There are certain nutrients like zinc, vitamin D, B vitamins, proteins, healthy fats that are important for testosterone production. And so if you don't have this in adequate amount from your meals, you may be experiencing problems with your erections. And apart from that, poor nutrition could also mean taking the wrong things. And all of these things can affect your hormones, can cause inflammation, can cause oxidative stress, and things like metabolic syndrome. All of these can affect your erection. Solution is very simple. Eat clean, eat healthy, eat foods that are rich in protein, healthy fats, and antioxidant rich fruits and vegetables. And also consider taking supplements to boost and help you to meet up the daily requirements for some of these important nutrients and antioxidants. This will help improve your experience and your erection. The 7th killer of erections is reduced physical activity. This is very important because physical activity stimulates testosterone production, and it also helps with blood flow, with nerve action, with muscle building, and most importantly, physical activity helps with nitric oxide production, and we know how amazing nitric oxide is when it comes to erection, to keep the blood vessel open, and so blood pumps down to your joystick. Apart from that, it improves your mood and gives you energy. And so avoid sedentary lifestyle where you hardly move, where you don't move enough. Stop spending more time sitting and lying down, and increase the amount of time you spend standing and walking. And because of this reduced physical activities, it leads to high body fat, especially around the abdomen and the waistline. This drastically affects one's health and erections, especially because of estrogen, which will in turn shut down your testosterone. And also sedentary lifestyle and other habits leads to pelvic floor dysfunction. Pelvic floor loosely means the tissues and the muscles around your groin area, your male organ, and your anus that helps with your erection and your ejaculation. When they become too weak or they become too tight, it leads to a dysfunction that affects your erection and your ejaculation. And so things like Kegel exercise and reverse Kegel exercise can help you to achieve a well-toned pelvic floor. Not too tight, not too loose. not too weak. So move more, do strength training, do resistance training, lift weights, build muscles, burn fat, do squats, sit less, stand more, and you see how your erections will drastically improve. And if you click here, you have a video that will help you to overcome addictions. And you click here, you have a video that will help you with your morning erections. Take charge of your health and happiness, and I'll see you on the next one.